Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish the story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Consistent times 10. What's up, folks? Welcome to the Sports Chatter Show. This your boy, Coach Lee. It's Tuesday night, Taco Tuesday, as some like to call it. 3 days away from the weekend. Man, we're back at it like we're mad at it. It's time to run one with your guys. With that being said, what's up, Lounging Leroy Jr.?
Taco Tuesday! That's what's up, man. I'm telling you, look, I am back on this Tuesday for the Sports Chatter Show. I got me some tacos. I had me some beef fajitas and some El Pastor tacos. So look, we're about to get ready for this show. But before we get started, we got to holler way up there to the home of the Boston Baked Beans. To our guy too, man. Let's get him on this show.
What's good? Hey, I had some Boston baked beans and hot dogs today. Hey. Baked bean Tuesdays over here. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's well.
Man, it's all good, man. It's raining out here in Dallas, like contrary. It's like crazy. Why would it rain in the place where it's supposed to be sunny? So
while the world circles around, it's coming right up north in a couple of days. So we expecting rain in the next couple of days for a couple of days. So we'll see how that plays out.
I hope y'all get a lot of rain.
I hope we do too. I love rain.
I just wanted to hate. That's all. Carry on.
Hey man, you can hate all day, man. I love it. Love it when you hate, man.
That is true. We got a whole show. Man, we got a whole show ready.
I love when you got it.
Locked and loaded, man. I'm telling you.
It's all love, baby, man. Tuesdays, baby.
Hey.
So, speaking of all love, man. First topic of the night, called it Proving Ground. This is from a resident LeBron promoter.
I think you like LeBron. You keep bringing him up, but hey, definitely tell everyone that's tuning in. We're on the Sports Chatter Show, and this is the show where we talk about the hottest, most trending topics that's in our Sports Talk with Friends group. So if y'all not in Sports Talk with Friends, join the group. If we're not talking about your post up. And if it's popular, we'll talk about it on our show.
No doubt, no doubt. So this one, shout out to Chris St. Clair. This KD still has a lot left to prove, and he ain't proving nothing if he wins in Brooklyn. This pertains to the Post. The only players in the league with nothing left to prove got Steph, L Boogie, and KD. Y'all feeling that, man?
No. Because those guys, like, what is Steph done? I mean,
Steph's done a lot
in comparison to LeBron James, and what Kevin Durant has done in comparison to either one of those guys. Like, KD still has some things to prove to me.
Yes, KD does still have to prove that he has to prove that he can take a team to the next level. Now, granted, he did go to a team that had just broke the Bulls record with 73 wins in the season. But he won 2 MVP trophies on that team. I get that. But he still has to prove that he can take, because he didn't do it in OKC. He had a damn good team in OKC, even though they were young.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a pretty damn good team, man.
Let me tell you this. Now talking about LeBron. Now, when LeBron left to go to Miami to get his first ring. You know, everyone was throwing his name in the mud. Oh, LeBron, how you sell out your team? And once he won that championship, the next thing they had to say to respect him and call himself as the king, he had to do it on his own team. And until Kevin Durant does that on his own team, he always has something to prove. Because to me, only thing Kevin Durant is, he's a slasher. He's a scorer. That's it. To me, he has to prove he can do more than just score.
What you think, too?
Modern day athletes nowadays, they got something to prove every day. These three guys still got stuff to prove. Not from an accolade standpoint and all that, but CKD going to Brooklyn, you know, trying to assemble a team, trying to bring a title to Brooklyn. Got to prove that. Mentally, those guys, in their minds, they don't got to prove anything. But in my mind, KD that way needs to prove that. Steph Curry, Clay's been gone for the last few years. He's coming back this season. You know, last few years for the Warriors has been a down after, you know, a few championships, you know, during the last decade. So, Steph, you know, prove that you can bring the boys back into, you know, real playoff contention, you know, try to get to a semifinals in the Western Conference, maybe a Western Conference Finals. You know, hey, so improve. LeBron, he keeps stacking the deck against himself every year. Rather it's bringing players to his team or whatever the case is.
Right.
He has to prove that, you know, because these players here, they stack these decks for themselves, with the exception of Steph. You know, Steph most likely is going to end up being a lifer, being a Warrior for life. KD, obviously, and LeBron have went to different teams on different occasions. So they're stacking the deck more for themselves daily. So it'll be more KD and LeBron, but all them three, man, have something to prove daily, man. You know, because we have people like not only us, but, you know, the world that, you know, piss this on them. And that's what they do, too, what they do with their teams.
I mean, I agree with you. You know, every day you get up, you know, you go to your job, you have something to prove. Because if you go oriented, you got to go smash your goal. So I agree with you on that. But you cannot put LeBron James on nowhere near those guys. Like watch it. Just name a couple of LeBron James awards. Mr. Basketball USA. He got that in 2002. I mean, that's impressive right there. That's Mr. Basketball USA. He also has Play of the Year Fan Award, Kids Choice Award. He's won that twice, 2 years back to back. Kids Choice Generation Award, Clutch Shot Year Fan Award. I mean, the list goes on and on. So you cannot put LeBron James in the second. He has more accolades, has more accomplishments than any of those guys up there.
Oh no, accolade-wise, none of these guys have nothing to prove, you know. But what I mainly just speak on what they put on their plates. You know, rather it's daily or yearly. Like LeBron right now, you bring Westbrook to LA. You know, you're bringing Carmelo and other older vets to LA. You know, you're putting yourself and putting the task on your plate. So yeah, you got something to prove, not individually, but you know, team standpoint. You know, being a Laker or you know, still at this peak of your career where you're still playing basketball. A lot of guys, you know, got to retire. Father Time's got them and all that other stuff. So, yeah, LeBron got stuff to prove, too. Not as much because of what he's done, but I agree with you, too, all that, Leroy. Accolade-wise, man, LeBron got a list. It's a mall.
Agreed.
So, shout out to Patrick. He says, if KD took his home team to win the chip, that would be impressive. The Washington Wizards nation.
I agree with you, Patrick, man. I thought at one point KD was going to go to Washington, and that would have been a great felt story. It would never happen now, but stuff like that, you know, when the player goes back home and wins a championship for, you know, his city where he was from, regardless of what city he's in, you know, it's always heartfelt.
He also says you can't take nothing away from Bron. He beat the best record Warriors after being down 3-1.
3-1. Yeah,
I give him that. That's for damn sure.
And that's on the court thing. I agree. So
the NBA beat up Draymond Green, man. NBA beat up Draymond Green. That's why that happened. That 3-1, you know, turnaround.
Oh,
the MVP of the finals, Draymond Green.
You should not lose being down 3-1. Period.
Draymond plays one more game and don't get suspended. Warriors wrap that up.
I know, and guess what? And if Ron Artest didn't have the Malice in the Palace, they would have won the championship that time too, but it didn't.
I'm a Lakers fan. I would never think that in my life.
So let's talk about some of these post comments. Let's see what they got.
So for the post comments, you got Fat Fantasy Guy. Facts, I think he would do it though, but until he does, he has an asterisk. Yeah, KD ain't done yet from Trevor Brooks. Steph needs the finals MVP. Huh?
KD's not done yet.
According to Trevor Brooks, he ain't done yet.
How long he been in the league? I mean,
shit, long enough to have worn a Supersonics jersey.
That part, so hey, but and I don't know, like, where's he going to go with the Brooklyn Nets? Everyone's projecting them to be the top dog. So is he going to get it done with Brooklyn Nets? Is that really his team? So what does he have to prove? I don't know. I don't know about that comment there, Trevor.
Robert's on. I see you out there, Robert. If was a fifth.
If was a fifth, Aaron Rodgers would be on the field for the New Orleans Saints.
Tyler said he doesn't need to prove anything. He's performed well enough to get Finals MVP. He's also the greatest shooter to walk this planet. Greatest, probably the most prolific scorer. I think that other dude on the left side is a better shooter.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, that's a little suspect right there. So, thank you. Let's get Robert comment up here. Let's get his comment up there. So, Robert says, hell no, he missed his chance to prove he's the truth. Exactly.
Well, elaborate on that, Robert. I want to know what you're saying in regards to that. KD having to prove something. What are you saying? What are you saying?
His time is going, like, because right now he's past his prime. He's past it. He's past the point where it's gonna be his team.
Who, KD?
Yes.
The Nets are his team. Talk about.
Huh?
The Nets are. Is he talking about him being on the Nets or?
No, we're talking about in general. Like that. So you saying the Nets is KD's team?
Yeah, the Nets is KD's team.
Never.
I don't think the Nets nobody team. That's why they're not gonna win it. Ain't no true lead on that team.
No.
Thank you. That's my point, and that's what Kevin Durant lacks: leadership. Everywhere he goes. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's the point.
See now. I wouldn't say lack leadership. I would say in the last couple years, Kevin Durant has developed leadership skills. Along with the injury that he sustained in the finals, he was able to take a year off and really dissect the life of an athlete, a Hall of Famer potentially, to say, hey, my career could be over, but I come back the next year, I get Brooklyn without my other two stars to a game 7 in which my foot.
Thank you. Get Sean.
Then in the summertime, he goes with the USA. He literally kills the whole Olympics. This dude KD this year, oh, you better watch out for him now because he's already
not a leader. Thank you. That's what he's not a leader. And I don't even know how you say taking yourself out the game.
His career,
leader. You
don't have to be the vocal. You don't have to be the vocal leader. We know KD's not a vocal leader, but we're not going to sit out there and act like we didn't just see him. We didn't just see him 2 weeks ago.
Thank you.
That's my part by KD right there. KD would rather cry or battle on social media than lead a team. That's what KD's got.
You know why? Because he wants to go run to the side and come and kiss his mama. That's all, because he want to play the mama's role. He knows how to whine. He didn't come out hang with the fellas. Ain't nobody doing all that whining, man.
You gotta watch. Hey, we gotta watch this season, man. Y'all just gotta tune in, man. Hey, I said he's grown as a leader. Has he been a vocal leader in the past? Absolutely not. But I feel like in the last few years, he has developed that skill. Now going to a new team
from being taken out the game. That's like saying, "Oh, you
gotta adjust yourself
from not fighting anymore." No, I don't get that. No, he's not going to learn leadership by being off the court. No, he's gonna be miserable and get Twitter fingers.
Hold on, you learn hey, you learn how to be a leader not only in your profession, you have to get stuff outside of your profession too. You have to develop skills, and you know what I'm saying?
Let's get Robert statement on it. Let me get a comment on the screen. Robert said, vocal leader on Twitter.
Is that the same? Hey, Robert, is that the same for LeBron?
Hey, man. LeBron don't be jumping like that. Now, his Instagram, yeah. Because he want to show pictures.
No. LeBron too? LeBron too.
He's not tweeting like that.
No. Social media and all.
When LeBron James tweet, he's tweeting the president, Donald Trump. That's all I'm saying. The former president. That's what I'm telling you. That's showing you that's dude's out of stratosphere, man. You can't touch LeBron, man.
They getting on KD head, man.
Everybody in this world can be touched, man. We've seen everybody have a soft side on social media to the people that respond to him, including LeBron James. So we ain't hearing that crap. We ain't hearing that.
But to the point, to like Sean said, KD is better at trying to disguise himself with multiple online accounts rather than attempt to be a leader. He's known for having burner accounts.
No. The burner accounts I can't agree with. But I can say, since the burners is already out the way and all that, I mean, he's a funny guy on social media, KD. And I like how he claps back at motherfuckers, regardless of the burner accounts too, because at the end of the day, hey, somebody in the NBA like LeBron's going to be somebody that's for everybody, and KD's going to be for everybody or not for everybody. That's just the way it is. Now, in terms of skill on the basketball court, that dude, what he did in the Olympics for that Olympic team, man, y'all better pay attention, man. That dude, KD, y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy, man. LeBron James.
That's what he does. Hey, you know what? That's just like he went back in my days. You used to have a little winding rope. You just wind them up, and he goes, ooh. You didn't expect anything from him. When you wound them up, they until they stop.
Hey, that's how they feel. That's what they say about LeBron, though. That's what they say about LeBron. That's what they say about the rest of these people in the NBA.
He does nothing else. He scores points. He's a scorer. That's it. You can't reward a score. That's it. He's a scorer. Wind him up, he's gonna score.
Robert said he look like him dancing, man.
Yo, man, listen.
Hey, I got some moves. Hey, I got that Major Pain going. Hey, don't get me started, man. I'm telling you. But look, y'all can check us out September 5th at our draft party.
Robert said this.
No.
It's
not about the hurt, because we're not in the generation like we grew up in where we know our leaders. We know our distinguished leaders. Like, they sit on their own pedestal. Now in this generation, our leaders in this world act crazy too, and fools like a LeBron James or a KD, who people say everybody's not going to say KD's a leader, but people that like him are going to say that. That's all I'm saying. I don't hate LeBron James. I never hate. There's no hate. But what I'm saying is, for everybody talking about KD, there's negatives on LeBron's side too in the leadership role. So don't act like we gonna talk like
on LeBron James' side, bro. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Are you serious? The whole NBA follows LeBron James.
Who?
The whole NBA.
The whole NBA what?
The players, they follow his lead. The only thing they do is they just act Kevin Durant. That's it. They nobody care about no KD. Get out of here.
Hey, Sean, who are you talking about? He said, "Old boy that was in Houston." He talking about Harden, probably. Will end up being the leader of the Nets.
Oh, Harden.
Nah.
You talking about Harden?
Nah, I don't think Harden can do it either.
What? I mean, but Harden he's used to being the star of a team. That's what he's saying. Like, that's it. Kevin Durant is not. He used to be you know what, when they get the
Harden too busy running them streets, man. He's hanging out with rappers and strippers.
Hey.
Harden. Now, Harden my guy too.
But like 2 Cent, that's the new age leaders right there. The ones that act crazy. You know, like that's the new age. That's what they do.
All right, Robert, you know my answer to that question. You know my question is for you.
Hey, man, we're going to take a quick break, man. We'll be back with more. But, man, look, so before we take this quick break, last question. Who do you think is better in the game of one-on-one? Kevin Durant LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron, he too big for. I think gonna be too big for KD.
Thank you. What you got, Two?
1-on-1, one game. I'll take KD. Best out of 7, I'll take LeBron.
What? See, that's these up north guys. Want to be all difficult. Oh,
Because me personally, I'm not a 1-on-1 guy. Me personally, that doesn't really prove anything to me.
1 + 1 is 2. See, you're doing that new age.
1-on-1's not really a game. Like 1-on-1's okay, cool. But at the end of the day, we still got to get on the court against 4 other people. At the end of the day, 1-on-1's not a real game. Basketball 5-on-5 is a real game. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on, I can probably see that. Now that I'm thinking about that, LeBron gonna need a full head of steam to get to the basket. KD can shoot from anywhere on the court.
That's what I'm saying. That first game, KD gonna win is gonna spark fire on LeBron. That's why I said 7. I gotta get 3. I gotta give LeBron. I gotta give LeBron another chance. I got to.
Wait. LeBron
Mid-range is crazy. Check me the ball, KD. Cash money. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Y'all crazy. LeBron's the better player. LeBron's the better player, but 1-on-1, that's not telling nothing.
It's nighttime
already.
Oh, that's how
we'll be right back.
And we like that.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
Yes, sir. Just like that, fellas.
I'm back. I'm all wound up, man. Look, I got my coffee right here.
Well, speaking of wound up, everybody know we getting crunk. Football season is upon us, and it is here and ready to entertain us for the next few months. With that being said, football is not officially.
I gotta get my wands. You talking about entertain us, man? I'm like, you know that shit. Hey, I'm sorry.
With that being said, it won't be football season without a fight in the stands.
I gotta get my flak jacket. That boy was eating them punches, though.
Yeah, it was. That dude there, man, he ate about 3 or 4 close-up jabs in a row.
For real, that was like Chung Lee. It was like Street Fight on that thing, for real. But I mean, anyone knows Raiders fans, that's what Raiders do. Like, it's crazy that they in a whole other state still fighting like that. It's crazy.
They still squabbling.
So, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, too?
Hey, like we just said, man, NFL season is live and in living color. Fans could go in, and the capacity has not changed yet, which means a lot of fans that couldn't go last year due to, the lack of capacity now can buy tickets and get there, particularly, the minorities, where a lot of these fights, represent. And I enjoy fights. Now, if it's a fight including me, now I'm probably going to feel a certain way depending on, what happens. But in all, to see this, man, it's fun, especially when a preseason game is meaningless, But
that's true.
Safety wise, man, it's crazy. What I noticed though is when a couple of fights this weekend, just the way they're fighting, it's like COVID's going on. They're trying to stay 6 feet away from each other while they're throwing punches. You got heavy guys, and no disrespect to heavy, I'm heavy too.
Like button for you on that.
Real talk. Like they like this. Like at the Rams game, they fought the Rams Chargers. Guys fighting like this, and then he falls over, and then everybody now is like, we're gonna pound him now. He's close to us now. Get him. 6 feet over. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. And hey, it's probably gonna only go up as the season goes. It's only gonna go up.
And this is an interesting fact here from Patrick. Hope that the lady gets sued for starting the fight, throwing the beer.
Oh yeah, the lady that
took all her social media down because they been on her ass.
Yeah, she needs to get thrown. She needs to get kicked out. Court, whatever the case is. Like, you see that man's bloody face? See his face? And he was holding his own at first, yapping his mouth until he tripped over, and then it was over for them.
If you can't stand on your feet, they own you.
Yeah, man. Quick news to everybody too, man. Vegas Raiders, man. Vegas Raiders have announced that vaccinated people will only, I believe, be allowed at the stadium.
Yeah.
But
look, in addition to that, then you're gonna be able to get a shot at the stadium.
Again. Get a shot at the game if you're not vaccinated.
Right.
Marvin Go Saint says that's why I don't go to their stadium in 49ers as well. Nasty fans and garbage team.
That's true. That is true. I think that's the real reason why they moved the Raiders out. Because I mean, there's too much drama going on in the LBC. I mean, in California. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Like all this stuff is crazy. Like this whole in-stadium experience is crazy right now. Like to see fights like that going on, it's just utterly ridiculous because how is that going to end? Because I'm all like in September, you can start carrying guns out here in Texas without a concealed handgun license. And I'm from New Orleans, like you don't do shit like that. They're gonna meet you after the game. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. They gonna sit there and wait. They're gonna plot for the whole second half waiting.
It ain't over. You know what I'm saying? It ain't over.
It ain't over at all. Never. But there's a safe solution for all this.
What?
And if you're in this group or watching this podcast from anywhere right now, here it is. Every Sunday, here, we live streams of the games. Simple. You know, these ridiculous fans, come tune in, man.
Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, like, share, freaking subscribe. Exactly.
Pour your cup, toke your toke.
Look,
no hating it.
Get your Twitter fingers on. You can even talk shit and not worry about getting punched in your shit. So, hey.
Exactly.
Sean said fights in the stadiums and fights in airplanes are unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, you can't move around. You just sit on like two, what they call them, rockin' sockin' robots. Hold on now, Coach Lee. You sound like Cassius Clay. You can't move around. No. Hey, you gotta have your base set. You can't sit there and eat punches. The object is not to get hit. Shout out to Chicken Ball Gang. Appreciate it. See, now this is how it should be done. Well done. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. My guy D, man, straight out of Canada.
Patrick said beer is cheap at the crib anyway. You ain't never lying. You can
drink
beer back into your bedroom.
Cheap at the crib.
Fact.
No doubt.
Hey, you don't have to get worried about getting swabbed. I'm gonna tell you what is the craziest thing that even reading that article about the Raiders, you can either get show your vaccination card or you got to get a shot at the gate. To me, that's gonna look like cattle. Like I'm gonna never forget. Like it was one summer, my girl she got a ranch. We went and gave these cows some shots, and it was the craziest thing. Like, and that's what just gonna give me the mindset of seeing all these people just walk through the door getting shot. Like that is crazy. I don't know what world we're coming to. This whole thing. I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
Soon we'll all be lining up at Walmart in 3 different lines.
Bro,
it'll be right in front of the door.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. You know what? I don't want to have to go up to the store and buy me a 12-pack of Stella and be offered a COVID shot. Like, what the fuck is the world coming to? You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? I want number 1. Oh, would you like a side of COVID shot, sir? Hell no.
Well, and the funniest part is, man, hey, you go there for that meal. Hey, would you like a COVID shot for some 20-piece nuggets?
That's what they doing. Yes. Like my daughter.
What?
That's what they do because she got the shot. And out there in Arizona, they give like free Starbucks Frappuccinos in the morning for people that got shot. It's ridiculous.
They oh man, like I said, different topic, different episode. Like it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
Hey, my dude, I like how you roll, P. Diddy. You just know I'm a. It's like you my reflection when I dance in the mirror. I'm the real P. Diddy. But he
half
said
off a Stella with the shot.
Off a Stella with the shot.
Chicken Ball said, I wish I knew a single thing about football. I don't know. Follow it sadly. Love the game. Love to watch, but don't pay attention. That's why get in the group, get involved. We going to educate you.
Hey, D know a little bit about football to joke and clown about. D knows a lot about a lot of sports. He over here, you know a little bit.
Oh, he playing possum. He playing possum.
No, he know a little bit.
He got the cool name. I'm trying to see the chicken ball. Hey, I don't know if we got to go off the air for you to explain this chicken ball name. But hey, I come in peace, brother.
Good guy. He's a good guy, man. One of my finest members in the Austin the Wash Show group, man. He's a Hall of Famer, as I call him. He's a lifer. He's a good guy, man. He's gonna bring a lot of he knows his sports, you know what I'm saying? He gonna know a lot more football than he thinks he knows after this season.
Nice.
He said he's pure NBA. Real shit. All right.
Nice.
All right, Patrick. Don't get ran up out of here now.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Patrick, man, I can't wait. We're gonna have a
fans. We'll be giving away this.
Have it. Let me have it. I'll give it to my daughter.
Hey, that's a champagne holder, brother. So that's a wine bottle holder.
Oh, if that's for me, then I thought that was a glass slipper or something. But if it's that, I'll take that.
Hey, if your dog can fit this shoe, hey, bro, I am scared of her.
No, my daughter, they're at the age where they like to, put on, daddy or mommy's shoes and walk around and stuff like that. My daughter's a good time, man. She's a hell of a time, man. She's a Cowboys fan to the core, man.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna have to call. I'm gonna have to report you to CPS after that, man. Like, you raised the kid wrong. Man, but we're gonna be back when I take our last break, man. Be back with more of the Sports Chatter Show. Boom.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
We back. Shout out to my guy Kyrie Robinson, man. Like that's our guy. He's a big supporter of the brand, man. Check him out, my guy.
Hey, before we get to the next segment, we got a little bit of an explanation to this name now. He said he tried to change his name to Mr. Graves. The effing thing wouldn't allow me no matter how many times I tried. So I got pissed and tried chicken ball and it accepted it. Hit enter through my phone. Can't change it now for 2 months.
Oh, gee, man.
That's pretty damn funny, man.
Yeah, just hey, shout out to Facebook for trolling you like that, man. I ain't gonna let you accept Mr. Gray, but accept this. Hey. Hey, Zuckerberg, man. That shit ain't real.
Chicken ball, Sports Talk Friends chicken ball sandwich.
Patrick said, don't throw the phone, throw an axe at the target.
Hey. If the world stay open, man, I'm telling you, with Hot Wheels? I was just told about Hot Wheels, but as long as he keep us open, man, we good. So August 29th.
Absolutely.
All right. Back to the home stretch, fellas. We got to talk about the Malice in the Palace, man.
Man, shout out to Netflix. Like, that was a fire put together. Like, I'm telling you. It was. That was really nice. Like, it was well put together. It caught my attention from the beginning. Like, yeah. So, if y'all haven't seen the Netflix new release, check it out, Malice in the Palace. It's definitely a must-see.
When I was looking at that, how they formed the team and everything, I wasn't really privy to that until then. Because I forgot all about the Dale Davis era and them losing in the finals and them trying to get young again. And that's how O'Neal got there and all that stuff. But I saw somebody said they didn't know that Artest was that crazy. How can you not have known that?
Yeah. Hey, shout out to you, Patrick. Yeah, go watch it, brother. It is good. I'm telling you, watch it. Watch it.
Yes, sir. We ain't gonna tell you nothing about it. You ain't gotta run. We got you.
Hey, Patrick. You stay tuned.
So what y'all think about this, man?
So what was the question? So the question in the group is Madison of Palace, who's to blame? Was it Ron Artest, Ben Wallace, Larry Bird, or the fan who's to blame before the cup throw? That's the thing. That is the biggest thing right there, before the cup throw. And I think in his post, I've seen a lot of people saying the fan, but it was before that. So I'm gonna let you take a quick stab at that too. Who do you think was at fault?
Told you to stay tuned, Patrick, because me either I have not watched it for reasons of my own. Honestly, when they came out with that they was coming with this Netflix joint, I said to myself, I was kind of mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Because this incident, kind of changed the mindset. Real talk. But anyway, back to this question. Because this question, regardless if you watched the Netflix thing or not, everybody's to blame for this. One, because this Pistons-Pacers rivalry was becoming a rivalry. Everything had happened in the Pistons-Pacers little rivalry besides a fight. And on Friday night in Detroit, where two teams that basically are playing early in the season are playing each other early, for supremacy early in the season. The Pacers want the respect after they felt like they should have been in the finals, stuff like that. So that the players being in at the end of a blowout where second stringers should have been in, another reason. Then you go into the Ron Artest and all them crazy. Hey, they call Ron Artest crazy. Hey, you call somebody with mental health issues crazy now and see what happens in the media. That's what I'm going to say. And the fact that happened, Ben Wallace, who obviously couldn't stand Ron Artest, was mad at that situation. Then Ron Artest, being Ron Artest, sits on the platform of the score table. And then the fans,
Okay, now watch this. Now to his defense, he said that during the show. He was like, he had a therapist, and the therapist say, remove him whenever the situation, because he had high anxiety. Remove himself from the situation. So
yes,
that
absolutely.
was him removing himself from that situation. And he was actually
absolutely.
like he was in his therapy session with his feet back laying down. That's what he said.
Absolutely. But then you got to remember this. T.O. on the Dallas Cowboys star. That's like disrespect. So standing on the team score table to somebody in the arena, rather you stop on lucky, like we seen earlier in the season with the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets, it all triggers somebody. It triggers. Regardless of Ron Artest was trying to get away, which I know Ron Artest is one of my favorite defensive players. I know he was trying to get away from the situation, but he moralized and up in this situation even more to a degree to fans. Now the fans
took himself out. Ben Wallace was steadily coming over there. Like
run into the locker room, Ron.
Ben Wallace said that he felt
him to
the
sub you
foul
out,
was
Ron.
too rough, and he pushed him.
Force them to sub you out, Ron Artest. Run in the locker room. Anything. I mean, like I said.
Did you not watch it? Rewind. Play. Ben Wallace said he fouled him too hard and he pushed him. Like, what's going to happen? Somebody push you like that, what you going to tell him? Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. That was a very strong push. Thank you. I needed that. What? Hell no.
He said, hey, Ben, I'm sorry. But nah, more of my thing is, it just, everything just affected everything else. From the rivalry on to what happened in the Palace. So in my eyes, still to this day, I'm going to watch the documentary tonight. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't watch it because I still feel the pain of that incident. You know what I'm saying? Because we lived through that. So now you're making money off this shit. You're making money off this shit. No, No, you're making money off the shit when the money should have been made off the top because this was an issue in America that should have been talked about. But now you want to talk about it because all this other stuff happening in America. Come on with that bullshit. First off.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So that's why I haven't watched this Netflix thing yet because it's like we know what was going on. We know what they was trying to do.
What was going on? We don't know that. We know what we see. We know what we see. That's what Ryan Artest was talking about. He said David Stern made all of this off it was Jermaine O'Neal, off an edited version of an edited video. What were you saying, Coach Lee?
So, Two made a good point where he's talking about how they profiting off of what's going on right now. The only thing I didn't like about it is how they kept having all the cutoffs mentioning calling the basketball players thugs and hoodlums and stuff like that.
That was that time because that was the time. That was the era getting out of the hoodlums, the thugs, because that was in the right. You know, that was after the 90s where we were baggy pants. That was the hot boy. That was that's what that time that era was. Nowadays they don't have thugs. No one lived through that. You know, man, I'm telling you, I was talking to my girl about like nobody know about this. You know, war on drugs. That's a different era. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about that. Like, it was different back then. It was different. Everyone was a thug. They don't know about that thug life. It's different. Yeah. That's how we was stereotyped.
Did you see
I'm going to throw this one out there.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm going to throw this out there. Who I think was part of the blame to this. Donnie Walsh. They were trying to win so bad that he took all three of the players he brought in, except for Jermaine. He was kind of cool, but Artest had a hairline trigger. Jax had a hairline trigger. They both were very volatile players. And you bring them in that situation, Reggie was there, but he was just trying to win. So I don't know how much venturing he did with them, but that's just a volatile situation right there.
But Reggie's never been like that. Like, the only time Reggie ever been aggressive was when it was him and MJ. That was the only time you ever seen Reggie aggressive.
Oh, and Kobe.
But listen, but at that time, you got to remember, that's still right after AI era. You know what I'm saying? Where it was thugs in the NBA. That's what I'm saying. Do we need to go back to those times? These guys were making, you know, Ryan Artest.
I got a funny question for you. I got a funny question.
They changed the dress code was after this?
Yes, that's when he started the dress code after this.
Okay.
Yes, because they was trying to get that was his time to get a hold on the NBA because that was right after AI.
Hey, everybody says AI, but how many fights did AI get into in the NBA while he was in the NBA?
Not talking about that. AI.
No. I'm not done yet.
Well,
how many people in the NBA? How many people in the NBA wore baggy clothes?
All of them. Because that was the era. That's what I'm saying. That was the era. That was the era. Like, now it's trending to wear these tight ass clothes and all like that. Back then it was wearing baggies. All these guys were wearing baggies.
The Doug's been there the whole time. It just took for a rivalry like this with guys on You know what's funny about that? Because Rasheed Wallace, though he wasn't in the in that melee, you know, he was a part of the Trailblazers, that team with Bonzi Wells and Scottie Pippen and, you know, the crazy Blazers team. And then Jermaine O'Neal was like a young prospect of him. And then you got Steven Jackson, who's growing off probably Jermaine and all them. And then you got Ron Artest that's from his own man. So all this right here was just ended up for bad symmetry in a game that all these guys should have been out the game. And then boom, a star gets fouled by a star, and the Pistons are up 14 points. And what the hell?
Let's get Chicken Balls. Huh? Let's get Chicken Balls' question up here. So he says, you think they did the whole dress code thing to get away from the ignorant terms like thugs, etc.? Let me respond to that. My whole thing, why I keep bringing up AI, because AI revolutionized this. So, because the NBA wanted a chokehold on being individual. It was the biggest brain. You could not be yourself. Yep. That's why with AI, he started wearing all these tattoos. He started branding himself outside of the NBA. That's why he became a problem. So they did that, whereas people can't have their individuality because, you know, just like in recent times, J.R. Smith, he had a tattoo that read Supreme. So he's trying to get endorsements because now he's on his tattoo. He's showing these tattoos with Supreme. So that's how these guys were making all this money, and the NBA did not like that. They didn't like all these tattoos because now you branded, you're marketable. So with the NBA, they just did that because they're the NBA.
Nah, the real reason why is because little mummies and daddies, they like their kids wearing do-rags and baggy clothes and want to be like AI. That's why it happened. They ain't want the little kids with the do-rags on. They want the little kids with the do-rags on.
The braids looking like AI. He's still trending. Get out of here. Get out of here. What? Everybody wants to be AI. If you look at it, AI still had the number one of the highest selling shoes. Everybody knew AI brand. He was a worldwide brand. Everyone knew that.
Nah, but in all, man, the NBA, man, they did that to take that out. And that kind of rounds up what I was just saying 2 seconds ago. Like with the word thug and stuff, like they wanted to take that stuff out of the league because it basically, where the stream of the cream's coming from these organizations, man. That's what happened.
The war on drugs. This is what I'm saying. Like that word did not come from sports. That came from the war on drugs.
No, I know the word didn't come from sports.
Was targeting thugs.
What I'm saying is, once the word started affiliating with the game of basketball, but we already know where the blood of basketball streams and rise supreme. The NBA basically said, hey, we can't have that flowing over here. We're going to go over here. But it's all in my factor what I just said in the same circumference, I feel. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Chicken Ball says, I only mean that because it's ignorant to say someone is such and such because of how someone dresses. I'll never fully understand. I know that, but I get it to an extent.
Agreed. Same here.
They got a posters up at Auburn Hills. They had a sign that says, "Oh, the Pacers are still thugs. The 0405 Pacers are still thugs," or something on like a billboard.
And what is what Petey Pablo said? Because I'm a thug. I mean, trick that. I mean, come on, not like it's the same thing.
No. I'm just saying in general. No, I'm just saying in general, like how they still feel about the situation years later.
AI didn't want to wear Daisy Dukes. AI didn't want to wear no Daisy Dukes.
And he revolutionized what was accepted in the NBA attire.
Exactly. He revolutionized sports in general.
Agreed.
Because now baseball, football, to an extent track, everybody got tattoos now.
Yeah,
the first one that came
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
and he lit it up.
You know what he revolutionized? And we talk about all that, but the main thing that people miss.
What's that? Individualism?
The wristbands, the thing bands. Now you see players with the stretch tights now and the compressions and all that, the headbands and stuff like that. Like he made that style and then it trended on to make different things as things go on. Now you see here 2021. That's kind of like the thing that you sit here like me. I've always been a person of that, like creating your player in a video game and putting all that pair on them. You know what I'm saying? That AI feel. I don't play video games like that no more, but you see that stuff now, you know what I'm saying? And, AI, they say revolutionized it, man, And,
because to your point, I think the reason why we don't see that now is the revolution or the evolution of technology in the sportswear. Because, now these because they didn't have that back then. Honestly, I didn't even know what that stuff was back then until recently. I was playing NBA, they were like, the compression still. I'm like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have that because back in those days, dudes were playing hard-nosed basketball, man. Like, that's what they were doing.
And fashion on the court. running the Soul Train, running the
But that was actually to help sweating too.
Right.
So he said AI put VA on the map. He did.
Oh yeah, big fact.
But Chuck,
and also Timbo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Jadakiss got music with him.
That's my guy too. I listen to the Locks, man. But man, it's so hard for things. What they say, all good things come to an end. It's hard to say goodbye. Almost time for us to go. We got to go. I had so much fun.
We always have fun. Appreciate y'all.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about always having fun. Man, but look, we got to get shout outs. We're going to go first with the shout outs. You got some shout outs today?
I'll go first today.
Go ahead, Lee.
Shout out to the people. We have a bunch of we have some new faces in here today. We appreciate y'all. Continue to tell your friends, your family, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get in there. Football season right around the corner. State your claim now. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the basketball show. Sports Talk with Friends. We doing big things. We taking names and kicking ass.
Woo! I like that. Yeah, what he said. That's all I got. Till tomorrow.
Two.
Hey, support and shout out all the fellas and ladies, you know what I'm saying, new to the podcast, you know what I'm saying, tuning in for the first time. Shout out to y'all. And shout out to the sports world, man, because this, you know, what we cover, you know, on a daily basis. So shout out to everybody that, you know what I'm saying, we get to talk about or topics we talk about. And, you know, as long as we're not talking about Tim Tebow, I am happy as hell.
With that being said, make sure y'all be here tomorrow at 7:30 for the Number Basketball Show. That's what we do. See y'all. Peace.
Tons of basketball.